Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. This is your host River Foxen, and now we're going to talk with Isambard here and see what he has in store for us. Anyway, let us get right to it then. When Philia names the Amalja culprits in all this, you would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Santa Dama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the dead before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the Eastern Road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. Alright, so we're gonna retrieve ripe corpses. That sounds delightful. Yep, there are some really aptly labeled ripe corpses here. You sense a hostile presence. Oh, it's the Amalja. Oh, luckily they're pretty low levels, so they're going down pretty easily. Alright, so now I guess we can pick these guys up. Nope. Don't ask me how we're carrying 3 bodies. I guess we're just putting them in our pocket. Deliver the corpses back to Isambard. Yeah, he just wants us to bring them right into town, you know? Like, you think we should, you know, take them, like, to the mortuary or the graveyard or something. Nope, just drop them right in town. Here you go, 3 stinky corpses. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Yep, I like how the icon is a flower. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what are the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? Alright, well I guess that means we're gonna need to continue on this line. Alright, we're gonna be able to grab... well, none of these are actually really good. Anyway, what say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. Well, forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. All right, go talk to Ungust at the inn. There he is. He looks familiar. Have I seen this guy before? I mean, that's haircut is kind of hard to miss. Ugh. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ulda. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Alright, so now we have to speak with the common folk. Like this hungry beggar over here. I believe his name is Hungry Beggar. Please, miss, just leave me be. Not much to say. What about Petrified Pauper over here? Well, what do you want from me? I don't know anything. I swear. Please don't kill me. Well, that's unusual. But devious derelict. I have nothing to say but this. I'll take who or whatever's been feeding off us low folk. Alright, so nobody wants to talk. Alright, what say you, Ungust? Just as I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Alright. So he thinks everyone's just leaving. But we have reason to believe that people are being kidnapped. But let's see what Isambard has to say. Welcome back, River. Have you heard aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Alright, so let's see. These are both one I can't use and is bad, and the other one I can use and is bad, so we're just gonna take the money. Take the money and run. Alright, we're also gonna get some bad armor options here. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place than to ask than at the church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquez. He tends the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Alright. We're heading to the graveyard, which for some reason in this town they call a Lich Yard. Kind of a strange name. And that is up here. Marquez, eh? I am Marquez, yes. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Right. What's that? Where? How do I get there? No. I'm trying to figure out where this gravesite is. Oh, is it up? It's up there. How do I get up there? It says just take the path, but where's this path? I've done this before, but it was a long time ago and I forget. Is it behind him? No, there's no path here. Oh, there is. Oh, wow. That totally just blended in there. I could not see this path. Maybe it was more noticeable in the light. I'm just going to just leave it here. I'm supposed to bury... Oh, I guess that's the next step. There we go. We turned them into rocks. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orsen can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Orsen within the church walls. That doesn't sound ominous at all. There she is. I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquez would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marquez, and soon. Thancred? What was he doing here? I wonder why he took so much offense. Anyway, let's get out of this fly-infested graveyard place. And go back to town. Thank you, River. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, River? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons, and why. I too spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orson herself? Orson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marquez. I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face somewhere before. All right. Curiouser and curiouser. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end this episode, so not a whole lot happened here, but hopefully we'll get some answers soon. But anyway, if you enjoyed this Let's Play, be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell icon if you're so inclined, and I'll see you later.